Hi guys, I'm Jessica from How Sweet Eats, and today we're going to make BLT lettuce wraps with avocado ranch. This is one of my favorite lunches to make. We have the smoky crunchy bacon, the fresh juicy tomatoes. We're going to drizzle the entire thing with the avocado ranch dressing, which is lighter than our traditional ranch because we're using a base of Greek yogurt. And then we're going to top it off with a sprinkle of garlic butter breadcrumbs just so we still have that bread for our BLT. First thing we're going to do is make our avocado ranch dressing. Now you can totally make this ahead of time. You can make it, I'd say, a day or two in advance, and it'll stay great in the fridge as long as it's in a sealed container. You might need to stir it up, but it'll be fine. I'm going to take this avocado and add it to my food processor. And then I'm going to add in some plain Greek yogurt. Okay, next we're going to add some fresh herbs into this. I'm actually going to use a little bit of cilantro, but that's because I love it. If you don't like cilantro, if you're not that much of a fan, add in some fresh parsley. The next thing I'm going to add is some fresh dill. To me, this is what really makes the dressing ranch-like. I'm going to add some seasonings, so I have smoked paprika, salt, and a little bit of onion powder. I'm going to add in a whole garlic clove, and then I'm going to add a little bit of liquid in the form of white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, along with Worcestershire sauce. And puree it up. At some point, you might need to scrape down the sides a little bit just to get everything combined. And now this is perfect. I'm going to place our avocado ranch in a bowl. If you'd like, you can totally press this with plastic wrap and keep it in the fridge for a day or two. Next thing we're going to do is take our bacon and add it to a hot skillet. You can also totally use turkey bacon if you'd like. I usually flip my bacon a couple times while it's cooking. This way I find it cooks super evenly and it's crispy all around. My bacon looks nice and crispy, so I'm going to take it out of the skillet and place it on a paper towel just to drain any of that excess grease. We're also going to make some garlic butter breadcrumbs. I'm going to use the bacon grease to toast these breadcrumbs, but you can also use a little bit of olive oil and butter and they'll toast up just as great. I just can't let the bacon grease go to waste. To my skillet, I'm just going to add these little torn pieces of bread. I'm also going to sprinkle in a little bit of garlic powder. Now, if I wasn't using the bacon grease, I would probably also add in a little bit of salt. But since I'm using the bacon grease, it's salty already from the bacon, I'm gonna hold off on the salt right there. We're just gonna sprinkle them on top of the lettuce wraps when they're done. The breadcrumbs look golden and toasty, and I'm just gonna toss them here in this bowl and save them for our topping. Next thing we're gonna do is chop up some of our cherry tomatoes. Just gonna slice these right in half. You can use larger tomatoes and chop them into chunks, whatever you have on hand. I just love the sweet flavor of the cherry tomatoes. I'm also gonna go ahead and pull apart our butter lettuce leaves and our cabbage leaves. So I like to use like a sturdier cabbage to hold the whole thing together. This is kind of like the plate for our lettuce wrap. I'm a huge texture person, so I want some sort of crunch in my lunch. Next thing I'm going to do is pull our butter lettuce off the stem. Using these by themselves, they're not really sturdy enough to hold the bacon and the tomatoes, so that's why I like to put them inside of the cabbage cups. Okay, now our lettuce cups are ready for assembly. So I'm going to add in first a few pieces of bacon. Next thing we're going to do is add our cherry tomatoes on top, as many as you'd like. And then we're going to drizzle the whole thing with avocado ranch. To top it all off, I'm going to sprinkle the garlic butter breadcrumbs all over the lettuce wraps. These are so crunchy and flavorful, they just add the perfect amount of texture. And that's how you make my favorite recipe for BLT lettuce cups with avocado ranch. These make for the perfect lunch. I hope you enjoy them.